Hello everybody and welcome to Learn English with Signs. My name is Peter and today we are talking about this sign. So what is this sign about? It has several pictures on it. It has a title which says Priority Seats. And 4 people here and writing here with an asterisk here. The asterisk points to this here. So this sign is about seats for certain people and giving up your seats for them. The first person is a person with a walking stick. Next is a blind person. They always have a white stick. Next is a person with a broken leg who uses crutches. And lastly, a pregnant lady. Well, the person with the walking stick and the blind person, the person with the crutches and the pregnant lady, they all have something in common. They have special needs. So let's read this, what it says on the sign. On request, these seats must be vacated for use by passengers with special needs. So on request means when you are asked by the person. These seats, that's obvious, they must be because there's a law applied to this. It says here penalties apply. A penalty is a fine of money if you do not give your seat up. This is the law. So the seats must be vacated. Vacate is to leave something. So we go on a vacation. That means we leave our home or leave our job and go away. And to vacate something is to move away from it. Okay, vacated, for use by. So this is for the people who have special needs to use it. And for use by passengers with special needs. In other words, passengers who have special needs. And when we read the definition of special needs, there's this asterisk again, and it goes down to here. And we'll read it. Special needs means a person who, because of age, disability, illness, or pregnancy, has a special requirement to travel in a seat. Transport Conduct Regulations 2005. So this warning, this sign here indicates that these seats in the tram, Yarra trams in Melbourne in Australia, these seats are priority seats. In other words, priority means that they're for special people, for certain people. Certain people can sit in them first of all, and others, if there are no disabled people, other people can sit in them, but priority seats are for people with special needs. Well, hi everyone, and I'm back now with the word map on Commonwealth Games, because this week the British Commonwealth Games are being held on the Gold Coast, and this picture shows the beautiful Gold Coast. This beach here is a lovely beach onto the Pacific Ocean, and it's always nice and warm during the whole year in Queensland on the Gold Coast. It's an ideal location for these games. Now, the British Commonwealth consists of all these countries. In the past, the British sailors have sailed all around the world and claimed different areas for their own, and built British colonies in all these areas in red and pink on this world map. So as you can see, Australia is pink, as is New Zealand, and all these other countries as well. So these countries all joined together to form the British Commonwealth under the Queen of England, and in the one thing they have in common, which makes it very easy for a competition like this, is that everybody speaks English plus their own language. So the English language is the language of the British Commonwealth Games, and that means no translations are necessary for instructions and so forth. Now, when we build a word map, remember, you need to think of every word that might be associated with the main word, which is Commonwealth Games. So here I've put a number of words. It's not complete. You could think of many other words, and in fact you can copy these down, look them up in your dictionary if you don't understand them or don't understand my descriptions, and build up your vocab. Okay, so to start with, in the Commonwealth Games there are spectators, people watching the games, and of course participants and competitors, the people actually competing in the competitions. They can be athletes, and they're all called athletes, and there's such a wide range of forms of sport. Now we have judges to decide on rules about the sports, and officials who make sure that all the rules are upheld. Well, the game started last week with the opening ceremony, and at the opening ceremony the baton, B-A-T-O-N, baton that contained a letter from the Queen, was given to Prince Charles at the opening ceremony, and he opened it and read the letter from his mother, the Queen, and then after that declared the games open. And this Sunday there will be a closing ceremony for the games to finish the games. Apart from Prince Charles and his wife, there were other dignitaries. These are important people, government people, and prime ministers and so forth. They attend the games. We call them dignitaries. Okay, now the games themselves consist of events, and in the events there are a wide range of activities. You know, there's running, swimming, diving, pistol shooting with guns, and so forth. and there's a big schedule of events. The schedule is called a program, and because there are a lot of people competing, they have a number of events to decide the winner, and each of the events to decide the winner is called a heat, H-E-A-T, as in it's hot today and there's a lot of heat. It's called a heat, and a heat is an event which is run to find the winner. Okay, so everybody competes for first place. They might get second place or third place. And if a team has the same score as their competition team, they have a draw, what is called a draw. For example, if you have table tennis and one team gets 70 and the other team scores 70, they both have the same score and they draw. They have a draw. So you can have a draw for first place, second place or third place. It can happen in hockey and soccer, basketball, netball, where the teams can have the same score at the end, which means they draw. So the winners get a gold medal, second place get a silver medal, and third place get a bronze medal. So there's always a winner of a competition. People who don't win are called the losers. And if they do something wrong, they are disqualified. And an example of being disqualified was with the women's long distance walk on Sunday, and the Australian girl was disqualified because she had both feet off the ground at one stage, and when that happens, she's not walking, she's running, so then you get disqualified, and she was taken out of the race and couldn't win anything. So basically, when a running event or swimming event, something like that starts, they have a starting line, and then of course everybody runs to cross the finishing line. One thing that is always in the news is doping, to do with drugs. Drug testing is done on every athlete to see they do not take performance enhancing drugs. So enhance is to improve on something. So performance enhancing means to improve on their natural performance by taking drugs, and that's illegal in every international competition. So the Channel 7 television coverage of the games is also on the app, on the iPhone or iPad or tablet, and we call, when the television company is showing all the different sports, that means they're covering the event. Channel 7 has the rights to do the television coverage. Okay, well that's about it for talking about the word map for the Commonwealth Games. There are a lot of words there to learn, but they are very common, and those words would be the same for any international competition such as the Olympic Games, Asian Games, and so forth. So if you learn those words, you will be improving your vocab, and you'll have more words you can use when you're talking to people about events such as the Commonwealth Games.